Mojang has perfected everything else. The overworld, beautiful. The caves and cliffs, perfect. And the nether is hot as hell. But the end, nothing. Plain, depressing, and traumatizing. Okay, I fixed it. Today, I will be showing you how the end update should look like. 4 new biomes, brand new mobs, a whole new ore tier, and structures that actually make the end worth exploring. Alright, let's build it. Starting with the one of the 4 new biomes, we will talk about the coarse forest. The coarse forest is a simple new wood biome which is made out of a new wood type called coarse wood and orange leaves. It is also consisted of some small rocks called end rocks, which are usually scattered around the forest. Not many mobs spawn here, obviously, and with end rock, you can mostly use it for decoration. You can't craft it into anything. But it can be great for using as a building material, because sometimes it can be very, very beautiful. What am I doing? I still can't craft anything. Okay, so that was basically it about the coarse forest, but now we'll go to the second forest, which is the coarse blossom. It isn't anything special, it's very similar to the coarse forest and the cherry blossom in the overworld. Yep, those two are very beautiful. But now we will get to the third biome, the Lumina Gardens. Welcome to the Lumina Gardens. The Lumina Gardens is like the End's version of a warped forest and a bit more glowy. With new mobs like the Blastling and the Watchling, they make the Lumina Gardens feel very, very special. The Blastling shoots, well, some particles, that's why it's called a Blastling. Anyways, it is pretty easy to avoid as long as you have a shield, because if you don't, you'll die. And when killed, it will drop nothing. But the Watchling, on the other hand, when killed, it will drop Ender Pearls, just like Endermen, but they are also harder to kill. Okay, that's enough. But now, enough of the biomes. The fourth one, we will take that later. But now, let's move on with Enderite. Enderite is found by digging inside of end rocks or end stone, just like netherite. But unlike netherite or ancient debris, you can't just mine it. What you have to do is to explode it, either with beds or TNT. But you have to be very, very careful, because otherwise this will happen. Anyways, when you have finally exploded it, it will turn cracked. Now all you have to do is to simply mine it and collect it. Once you have finally broken it, just be sure to actually catch it, because Enderite items, yes, they float in the air. And how do you actually craft Enderite gear? Well, I will show you later in this video on a new special structure. Again, one thing that is special about all Enderite gear is that they float when dropped, and they also cannot burn in lava. But how many Enderite items are there? Well, there are pickaxe, hoe, shovel, sword, block of Enderite, Enderite respawn anchor, all the armor parts, obviously, crossbow, bow, shield, shears, Enderite armor with an elytra, and finally the Enderite elytra. That's a lot of items. But now, how do they work? Well, the other ones do not need explaining, but we should go through the Enderite respawn anchor. They work just like a regular respawn anchor, but instead of glowstone, you should use ender pearls. And of course, they only work in the end. And once you die, you will spawn right next to the respawn anchor. And they work just like that. And that was basically it about Enderite, a new ore tier stronger than netherite. But now, let's move on with the new structures. And we begin with the Fallen Observatory. Welcome to the Fallen Observatory, the Burj Khalifa of the End. Well, the best way to explain its purpose is it's like the trial chambers, but in the end. The first level, as you guys can see, is just a regular obstacle course, so nothing special. But trust me when I say this, it gets a lot harder from here. Once you are done with the first level, you will get to the first spawner. And then you will have the void spawners, which work just like the trial spawners in trial chambers. The first level consists of killing endermites. While it might seem easy, later in the progress you will die multiple times. Well, the Fallen Observatory is very big. At the last level you will meet all of the end mobs in a one place. Multiple endermen, watchlings, blastlings, endermite, every single one of them, and it is not easy. But once you have finally killed every single one of them, you will get a good reward. See that key over there? That's the void key, just like the trial key. You will get insane loot later on, just because you have beaten it. Once you get all of the keys, and you can see I collected 6 of them, you need to pearl up, just like that, and just climb up. Once you're up here, you will see some void vaults, which work just like trial vaults. Again, you open them and then you'll get really good loot. We're talking diamond gear and maybe something random, but trust, it is very good. For example, we got an enchanted diamond chestplate, and this is all of the loot we got. 2 elytras, 2 diamond axes, 1 shear, 13 ball of enchanting, a diamond chestplate with mending, 4 diamonds, 7 emeralds, and some blue fabric, which is a thing in one of the mods. But inside of the chest is where the real deal is. You'll get insane loot like netherite or enderite gear, and some enchanting books, some diamond gear, and smithing templates. Yeah, the loot in the Fallen Observatory are very good, trust. So it's basically like the trial chambers, but in the end. And me personally, I think that this structure is beautiful. But now we will move on to a new biome-ish. It's both a biome and a structure. Let's move on with the Shattered Isles. Welcome to the Shattered Isles. The Shattered Isles is the End's version of a village, with small isles spread around the biome or structure or whatever. It is connected by beautiful coarse bridges and some houses where the Endermen live in, but they don't have beds for obvious reasons. Well, it is a nice place to just chill, and it is pretty safe too. But did you see something up there? Well, that is the special place I wanted to talk about when we were talking about Enderite. This Skyforge is a specific place made just for smelting and crafting Enderite gear. And of course, as you guys saw, it can only be accessible through a portal in the Shattered Isles, which is similar to the gateway. The process is pretty simple. It's like smelting netherite scrap. In the chest you'll find 9 coal. Then go to the blast furnace, put the coal and then the cracked enderite ore. Make sure that it is cracked, otherwise it will not work. You make cracked enderite ore by exploding regular enderite ore, as shown earlier in this video. It will take some time even with a blast furnace because it's enderite, but once you are done, you should have enderite scrap. Once all of the enderite ore has been smelted, all you have to do is go to a crafting table, combine 4 Enderite scrap with 4 diamonds and you will get 1 Enderite ingot. And it's simple, just like that. And if you want to upgrade stuff, you take an Enderite smithing template, put it in a smithing table, take out your netherite gear / armor, go back, put it inside, and well, add your smithing template and your Enderite ingot, and it will be upgraded, just like that. So it is very similar to the process of making netherite gear by upgrading diamond to netherite. If you guys saw earlier in this video when we were talking about the Shattered Isles and you saw a luminal tree, well, if you dig down and turn around, you will find this. An abandoned old base left by a survivor. A bit of lore. Inside of that chest you'll find 4 ender pearls, which is the exact amount needed to fill an enderite respawn anchor. What you're supposed to do is to take the ender pearls, fill the respawn anchor because you will definitely need it. Do that and you might notice a single block of bedrock. Well, it's not a coincidence. If you thought the Ender Dragon was easy, then meet the Ender Keeper. The Ender Keeper is a boss, a lot harder than the Ender Dragon, but if you got the skills and the right tools... Okay, maybe not the first try, but yeah, it is very difficult. But once you have finally defeated it, you will get some pretty rare loot. But I don't think it's for great use. Look. The Echo of the Void, only obtainable by killing the End Keeper. And in that bundle right there, once you open that bundle, you will get a random good item like diamonds or something like that. So, yeah, that was pretty much it. This video took me a lot of work to do, and if you enjoyed it, please drop a like, hit that subscribe button and that share button, and click the notification bell so you do not miss another video from me. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace!